Hey guys, how you guys doing? This is Evo here, and today I'm gonna show you guys a deck profile for my PSYFRAME because this deck is actually a really good deck to play for the new format, which the new format officially began as of today. And this deck really has a good matchup like all across the board because this deck has a really good Cosmo matchup because this deck has a monster card in the form of Gamma, and Gamma is actually really good against the deck because Gamma can stop all the farm girls and all the big ships too, like including their on-field effects and their on-grave effects. So yeah, that is a big reason why I picked this deck up because this deck, like I said, has a really good Cosmo matchup, and Cosmo is gonna be literally the best deck right now since Necros, Dolls, and BA have got them hit like it's really quite hard with the balance for the new format. So I picked this deck up and trying to like actually play for the new format. PSYFRAME is like the top deck choice that I'm probably gonna stick for a while to play in the new format because, like I said, this deck is actually really fun to play as well, and particularly a good deck as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap up the deck profile because this deck has been up for like quite a while because High Speed Riders, it came out like 2 months ago, I think. So yeah, but I'll explain what the cards do as a deck profile goes on for those of you who do not know what the card does. So PSYFRAME Gear Alpha, this is a searcher, and this is where I explain how all the PSYFRAME gear works. So all the PSYFRAME gears, while you control no monsters, they depend on your opponent's actions, and depending on what they do, they interact with your opponent's actions. In the form of Alpha, you can reveal this card from your hand. Yes, all the PSYFRAME gears do that. And that starts a chain, and it's part of an effect as well. So if they chain like Debunk or Mind Crush, you do not get to summon this card. All the PSYFRAME gears in that regard. Yeah, but so you reveal this. If that resolves, you summon the PSYFRAME gears, and then when the PSYFRAME gears are summoned, at the same time you bring out a driver from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And if the summoning of both of the PSYFRAME gears and the driver resolve, you then activate the PSYFRAME gears, the key effect. In the form of Alpha, you search for a PSYFRAME card from your deck. So yeah, so all the PSYFRAME gears, it is divided into 3 parts. First, part 1, you reveal it. Part 2, you summon it, while at the same time you bring out a driver from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And part 3, the last part, you then resolve their effect. In the form of Alpha, you add a PSYFRAME card from your deck. The Gamma, which is the best monster out of the entire deck. This type's monster effect so very important right now because that are like actually really key monster effect that you need to stop. Like there are so many right now, and Gamma literally like answers like most of them. 3 PSYFRAME gear beta. This is like Necros or Valkyries, but it is better than a Valkyries because you reveal this, summon it, destroy the attacking monster, and then end the battle phase. So instead of negating, you destroy the attacking monster, which is like infinitely better than just negating the attack. Cards are really good. 3 Delta. This is a spell negator one. I honestly thought about playing this card by up to 2, but I decided to play 3 of this card because Necros, most people think that Necros are like not playable and think the deck is there, but that is false. And Necros deck with the new format, and since both Brio and Unicorn is limited entry is gone, the deck now plays Gemini engine now with the Brilliant Fusion. And this card, if you drop this on the Brilliant Fusion, the deck is like immediately stopped or at least slowed down for the turn. And this card also against Necros, it stops all the ritual spells too. And this card in general is really good because this stops all the power key spells that your opponent might try to might try to play to gain a huge board or just try to go game like Regekis or go Soul Charge and all stuff like that. So cards overall cards really good. 3 Cyber Driver. This is like the only thing that I really hate about this deck, but you need to play 3 because if this card is not in the deck, hand or graveyard, you cannot play the game and therefore you lose. So playing 3 driver in the deck is really important. Hell, I think it is almost mandatory and the Japanese staple to have 3 drivers in the deck right now, because like I said, if you have no accessory, you lose. It is even worse if all of these are banished as well, because you like lose, like no joke, you like lose. So yeah, those are the PSYFRAME monsters. I'm playing a little bit of a Yosenju Engineer in the form of Comma 1, Comma 3, and 1, Comma 2. I'm pretty sure you guys know that there is a pure PSYFRAME engine with the carcass and the Wonder Rabbits. I actually tried that version of the deck for a while, but I like the Yosenjus in the deck a whole lot more, because if you play the pure PSYFRAMEs with the cards and the Wonder Rabbits, yes, the deck is fast and quite consistent, but it lacks pressure. But it lacks dealing pressure and dealing damage on the board during your own turn. And with the Yosenjus, that problem is like almost immediately gone, because with the Yosenjus during your own turn, you can summon them to put pressure on the board and then go for damage. And that's like the one major problem that PSYFRAMEs have, which is dealing damage. And the Yosenjus do that by applying pressure and dealing damage on the board during your own turn. And at the end phase, if this is a normal summon, they go back to your hand anyway. So during your opponent's turn, you can, depending on the PSYFRAME gears you have, you can interrupt your opponent's action depending on what they're trying to do. So I like the Yosenjus in the deck in that regard. 2 Maxis, because Maxi is still a good card. But the spells is 3 Psychic. Card is really good because going for a single summon during your opponent's turn is quite broken, like a herd. And this card also has a second effect where during the damage you can discard a PSYFRAME monster from your hand, and the PSYFRAME monster that will gain that monster's attack that was discarded with this card's effect. Psychic is really good. 3 Upstart Goblin for consistency and 3 Tanky to search for the Yosenjus. 3 Field Zone. Field Zone is really good. It sucks that the monster that you summon with this card is summoned in defense, but it doesn't not really matter if you bring out an Omega or the Zeta, because you're gonna use that effect anyway. So yeah, Field Zone is really good. For the traps is Trencho, 2 Minecraft because card is really good with Omega, and 3 PSYFRAME Overlord. This card is really stupid and really broken, because you banish a PSYFRAME from your hand or field, and then you target a card on the field, and then you banish it face down, which means that since your opponent do not have knowledge of the card, they cannot get it back. And also this card also is a second effect where while it is in the graveyard, you can banish it and then search for a PSYFRAME card from your deck. So yeah, that is the main deck. Now for the extra, I'm just gonna go on real quick because it is simple. 2 Omega because card is really good. It has 2 good effects. Its graveyard effect, I don't really use it that often, but while this card is in the graveyard, you can shuffle it back to the extra deck, and then you target a card in either player's graveyard, and then you shuffle that card into the deck. I usually make this card for its burst effect, because its burst effect is what makes this card really good, because banishing a card from your opponent's hand face up is really good, and they get it back onto the next turn phase. And card's really good with Minecraft as well, because with this card's burst effect, you are almost always gonna have what cards you're gonna have in your opponent's hand. And with this card second effect, well, in your during your opponent's jam phase, you can target one banished card and then return that card to the graveyard. So this deck is really good with Overlord. So let's say during your opponent's turn, you have this card in the graveyard. And let's say during your opponent's turn, you banish this to search for a PSYFRAME card from your deck, and then you use Omega's second effect to return this card to the graveyard. And since it was returned there and not sent to the graveyard, you can immediately banish this card again to search for another PSYFRAME card from your deck. So yeah, you just search 2 cards during your opponent's turn with using Omega's second effect, and that is actually really good. To Zeta. Zeta is also quite good. Yeah, but the main reason why I play Zeta is because of his graveyard effect, where you can, while this card is in the graveyard, you can shuffle this card to the extra deck, and then you target a separate card in your graveyard, and then you add that to your hand. So this card basically has all the PSYFRAME gears, the fill spell, and the Overlord in your graveyard. And then during either player's turn, you can target one special summon monster that your opponent controls in attack position, banish this card and that monster during until your next turn phase. So yeah, like Omega, that effect is very chainable as well. So yeah, those are the 4 PSYFRAME loads that I play. Now for the rest of the synchros in the extra deck is 1 Mikhail, because banishing card is good. Its Emphase melee back kinda sucks, but you lose some, you win some. Yazi is also very good because cannot be targeted by any means, and that is all quite good. Clearwing Single Dragon card is still very good in the new format, because this card stops all the big shifts in the Cosmo matchups. Like this stops all the Cosmo's big shifts on field effects, not the graveyard effects. So card is good in that regard. Black Rose Dragon, because nuking the board during your opponent's turn is really good. Strider Spike Dragon, because sometimes you need to protect your overlords and the fill spell, and Spike Dragon does that. Strider Dragon, because after you make a burst Omega, making a Strider is like particularly your next best turn play. Scrap Dragon, Doubtloader, Colossal, Crimson, and Scar Light Red Dragon Archbane. Card is really good. Its effect is like a Hot Red Dragon, but it's actually better than Hot Red Dragon Archbane. So what this card does is that you can once per turn destroy as many as monsters that's on the field that are special summoned, and then your opponent takes 500 for each monster that is destroyed with this card's effect. So like Hot Dragon Archbane, if you nuke the board, this card stays, and since your opponent also takes burn damage, you can attack with this card for 3k, and that is actually a lot of damage that you deal to your opponent in one turn. So yeah, I like Scarlet Archbane, and since the card is generator, you guys can play it if you're playing a Synchro heavy base deck like this deck, for example. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up my deck profile for PSYFRAMEs. Like I said, this deck is really good, and it is actually my top deck choice to be played for the new format. So yeah, this is Evil Forward signing out. Peace out, guys. Peace out. This guy's really good, like really good.